Well, hello there, and you are very, very welcome to today's lunchtime edition of the Room Junkie Live. I'm trying to go live now on Instagram, and I'm also going to go live into YouTube, and I'm going to go live on Facebook. And I think we're actually all set and ready to go everywhere. So, excuse my appearance today. I'm wearing my glasses because you'll remember on Monday, I couldn't actually do my live. I have a sty inside my right eye, upper right eyelid, and it's pretty sore and I'm feeling a bit miserable, and it's going to be with me probably for another week or so. So if any of you have ever had a sty inside your eye, will you please let me know what you did to help it along? Because what I've been doing is I've been bathing it with saline and putting warm saline compresses on it a couple of times a day. So hopefully it will resolve itself, but it is annoying. And I wear contact lenses. I've been wearing contact lenses since I was 15 years old. So that's a good few years ago. And I'm bereft without them. I'm blind as a bat. So hopefully I'll be able to see everything. And hopefully I'm going to check to see if Instagram is working okay. And yes, everything. Okay, you know what? I'm glad I checked that because I don't think I was live on Instagram. Well, maybe I am now. Okay, there we go. So listen, today I have a fairly provocative topic. I said, what's the worst color to paint your door? And I did that for a reason, to catch your attention, because what I really, really, really want to talk to you about is all the colors that you should paint your door and how important your door is, because your front door is so significant. I walk up to your front door. It sets a tone for the rest of your home. I almost get a feeling for you and your home as I see the door. I observe the color. I see if the door is clean or not. If your knocker is polished, you know, if you've got planters and tubs around the door, if maybe you've got creepers around the door. All of this gives me a feeling and a sensation and just a knowingness of who you are. So your front door is really important. And now we're coming into springtime, and that's why the focus this week has been on color and raising your energy and injections of color. On Monday, I wasn't able to come live, but fortunately, I actually did have a piece that I did on dopamine decor and what is dopamine decor. So I put that up on Monday, and I was grateful to be able to do that because there's just no way I could have gone live. I was really miserable and feeling unwell. So I made a big effort today, and here I am. So if you haven't watched that episode on dopamine decor, do, because I think it's really, really important. The colors that we surround ourselves with and the whole business of color psychology is really important how it makes you feel. And, you know, and it can, the right colors can actually increase your happiness as well. And this is based in science. It's not just me telling you that. So can anybody guess what is the color that I don't want you to have your front door as? What is that color? Now, I know there's a bit of a delay here, so it's going to be a few minutes before your comments come up, but can anybody guess what is the color that I really don't want you to have on your door? Nobody's coming up with anything. Nobody's telling me, but you might come in a minute. What I am going to encourage you to do is to choose your colors wisely for your door, and I'm going to show you how. The color that I don't want you to have as your front door is white, and many of you have a white PVC door. They seem to get dirty and grubby so easily, and they're boring. A white door is boring. I'm sorry. So if you've got a white PVC door, yeah, Mary Jeffries 100% right. She said white. If you've got a white PVC door, don't despair. You can paint it. So what I would suggest you do is you pick a color that you want to paint it. Say you pick a Fleetwood color, say you pick a Fire and Ball color, whatever color you want, go to your paint shop and get them to recommend the correct primers to use for your PVC door, or get your painter to do it, and you can have any door that you want. And this door will have longevity. It's not just going to be a pink color that you paint on your UPVC that's going to last for a couple of weeks. It will last and last and last. So you can have a white door. You can have anything if you want. So embrace color. And before you even think about what color you want to paint your front door, I would like you to have a good look at the style of your house and maybe even take a photograph of the house outside as it is now. You know, is it contemporary? Is it more traditional? And what's your landscape? You know, are you in the middle of the country? Are you near the sea? Are you in the middle of the city? This is all really, really important, because what you want is you want to have this cohesive look from the outside of your house. You want unification. You want the style of your house to suit the door. Actually, really, it's the other way around. You want the color of the door to suit the style of your house, and you want it to blend in and work in sympathy and empathy with the rest of your landscape. So that's something you might never have thought about before. Also, if you've got a door and you've got glass surrounded and there's a timber surround around the glass, don't paint your door a color and paint the surround white. If you paint it all in the same color, and this might frighten you to do this, but I urge you to do it, it actually makes the whole door look so much more substantial. It's unified and you've got that lovely color. However, on the inside of that same door, I would definitely paint that color white or whatever color that your skirting and architraves are, because it will brighten up your hall. You don't want a dark color in your hall door, which is going to make it seem darker, particularly if all the other doors inside, all your internal doors, are a light color. So starting with the colors of nature, they're lovely, subtle, soft colors that definitely work on your door. I'm talking about the soft pinks, sage greens, blues. Apparently blue actually is, if you were thinking of selling your house, blue is a color that's most commonly recommended to expedite a sale. And I think the reason for this is that blue is, it's a non-offensive color. Most people will like that color, whereas if you're selling your house and you have it painted in a crazy pink or a mad orange or a very vibrant yellow, it might put somebody off. And remember, when somebody's buying a house, psychology is important. They will have done a curb walk or a curb drive by. They will have assessed the outside of your house to see if it appeals to them. And only then will they decide to come inside. And people make their buying decisions before they go upstairs. So if you have a beautiful front door and a gorgeous outside, and you're coming in and your hall is decluttered and gorgeous, and you're walking into the kitchen and they get a really good feeling, 9 times out of 10, somebody will have made up their mind at that point if they're going to buy your house or not. So, and I will do a piece on staging your house for sale later on, because we're coming into selling season now in springtime. So it's a good time, if anybody is thinking of selling, to maximize your sale. And I also believe that not only will you get a stronger price when you stage your house, you'll also get a quicker sale. And that's a win-win for everybody. So the greens, the navies, blues, black is a wonderful color. I actually love black on front door. Our second last house had a black door, and I absolutely adored it. In fact, our house in Dublin had a navy blue door as well. I think it was called Guinness blue. I don't get colors around anymore, but it was a lovely deep blue. So these colors are pleasing and gorgeous. One thing I will say to you, I don't normally use a gloss paint anywhere internally. However, if I'm painting an outside door in a deeper color like the navies or blacks or bottle green or even red, it is nicer in the glass, seems to give it that extra embellishment and extra lustrousness and an extra richness that I think is lovely, because as the light is shining on it, it does make it seem very substantial. But I don't tend to use, I tend to go for the eggshells and satin woods on internal woodwork. So a good rule of thumb is, if you think of the colors in the man's suit, you know, the accent colors, the thread colors that are going through it. Excuse me. Think of a McGee's suit or a McGee's jacket. Picture Noel Cunningham wearing a gorgeous McGee's coat. You've got the blues, you've got navies, you've got heathers, you've got aubergines, you've got a bit of black, all sorts of greens. You've got all these lovely colors coming through that are warm. So I would think what you should do is a color that you love and absolutely love, but it must be in tandem with the rest of your house. If you've got a very contemporary house, the outside is probably going to be painted white, and oftentimes your windows are maybe an anthracite color. You can decide to have your door in that anthracite color as well, in a very contemporary door. This can look amazing, because then you can add your tubs of pots outside to brighten up all of that, and those you can change with the seasons. If your house is more traditional and your windows perhaps are white, then you can have a gorgeous colored door. But just bear in mind, if you've got a brick house, brick can be tricky. Some of the soft greens, believe it or not, that you think would work very well with a brick facade don't. But a lot of those soft berry colors will actually work quite well with the brick. Black always does as well. Believe it or not, navy does too. If anybody has any questions at all about the outside of their house or their door today, just shoot them in here. I don't see any, just Mary's comment there. Colors that I would ask you to avoid are the color orange. Orange can be tricky. It can offset your house, not in a good way. Orange as well too is a color almost of danger, you know, alert, stand clear. So it is not the most welcoming color to have as your door. So I wouldn't recommend a very bright vibrant orange. Be careful with yellows as well. Some of them are very acidic and strong and might take over, and not in a good way, the rest of your house. Having said that, I have a dear friend in Dublin. She's had a yellow door for years and years and years. Her house is white and she's got an amazing garden, and there are always lots of greenery and tubs around her door, and her yellow is actually a very, very welcoming color. Bright pink as well is a love it or hate it. It can look amazing, I have to say, and many people do use a bright pink on their home, and all the color companies make pinks that are very vibrant and gorgeous, but just make sure that you love it and then enhance it again with lots of nature and planting around the door. Color combination that has dated people's homes is about 10-15 years ago. That seemed to have been in Ireland anyway, one color that everybody painted their house, that was yellow, and then they paired it with a red door. And it became boring. So if you've got a yellow house with a red door, you know, okay, maybe you love it and that's good. If you're fed up with it, well, you can repaint the entire thing. If painting the outside is a bridge too far for you and you're not in the market for doing that just now, change your door. Even changing to some of the gorgeous color trend blues, or to a navy, or to the greens as well. They will all work really, really, really well with your yellow and will just give it a completely different look. But always, always, if you're thinking of changing the color of your door, to just take into consideration the landscape that you've got, and don't be afraid to go bold. I can remember a couple of years ago, maybe a good few years ago now, I designed the most beautiful holiday home in Dunfanaghy in County Donegal, overlooking the beach, and we were using composite doors, which were necessary because of the weather. And remember, your composite doors come in different colors as well. So I picked this fabulous aubergine color. It was a bit brave. I had a porthole, which sort of was in keeping with the seaside vibe that we had. And inside we had a lot of color. It was a young person's home, young family, lots of gorgeous colors. Remember, used loads of Roma fabrics. They were just stunning. It's still stunning. But I was so disappointed. 80%, there might have been 10 houses in the little cul-de-sac, and I'd say about 80% of people went and picked that same aubergine and put it on their door. So for me, it took away the impact because nearly everybody had it. But you know what they say, what is it? Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, or something like that. What else can you do with your door? Definitely, even if you're not a gardener, go to your garden centre and get your garden centre to do up seasonal tubs for you. You're coming into spring now, so you can have this gorgeous, welcoming profusion of tubs and planters at your door to welcome everybody through. Give your door a good cleaning. Maybe your brassware or your ironmongery needs a change, and if that's the case, change it. Again, to different, do you go brass? Do you go chrome? In our black door, we actually had chrome. And in fact, in my muscle blue door last house, it wasn't chrome, sorry, it was brass. And the brass looked particularly well. The golden brass is amazing. Green and brass is amazing. The dark greens, navies and brass is amazing. If you've got a more contemporary home and you've got a black door or an anthracite grey door, then obviously the chrome is a much better choice. So just be mindful of that. Just like in your interiors, there's different considerations, not just a matter of going out and picking a paint color and painting that door and thinking to yourself, that's all I have to do. You know, take in the whole vista of the outside of your house into consideration before you get anybody to pick up a paintbrush. I'm actually sweltering here now. It is really, really warm. The weekend, I was away for the weekend and it was atrocious. So glad it was a spa hotel, because it was definitely a hotel break, and now the weather is just beautiful. So I hope it's lovely where you are, and hope the sun is beginning to come out and the evenings are getting that way bit longer, and you know, you might start thinking about the outside of your house. But remember that my dear friend Maura Mackey always says, your home is a first goodbye, first hello and the last goodbye. So it's the first impression that I get of your home when I walk in the door. So your door is really, really, really important. So life is too short. I want you to have a bit of energy. I want you to have a bit of fun. I want you to have a bit of color at your door. And that's a beautiful, gorgeous welcome. And carry that through into your hall as well. So, something I used to do was I always had some fuchsia colored shrubs and planters and tubs at the front door, and as you got into the hall, then I had a big black unit, and the door was black as well, and I had this, I still have it, I'm looking at it here, my favorite lamp with a fuchsia shade. So that color is actually subliminally being taken through the house, and that's really important actually. Oftentimes, if you have a thread running from room to room to room, something like a color that's running quietly through those rooms, that will actually join those rooms and give this lovely sense of cohesion and good flow that you mightn't ever think of doing. Nobody's going to notice that you've done this, but it does give, it's a little show house trick. It does give you this lovely sense of flow and continuity and having everything working together, not fighting with each other. Now, one thing that I haven't talked to you about yet, but I will do, and that because it's an important interior design rule, and it's a 60-30-10 rule that you carry out in your room scheme to create great balance. But this also applies to the outside of your house as well. So the 60%, the main color of your house is going to be your 60%. Your door color and your frame is going to be your 30%, and the trim and the plinth and the coins are going to be your 10%. And that's how you get the right balance, which is superb. But I want fun. I want fusion of color in the tubs. You know, I want your knockers and handles gleaming. If you want to put a beautiful wreath on the door, do that. You know, you can buy them everywhere. Maybe your florist will make them up. You can buy them in TK Maxx, and you can even have seasonal ones if you want, one for spring, one for summer, one for autumn, and one for winter if you like, or just have one that you like and you have that one up all year round, because it is just so welcoming. You know, as if somebody's coming and as they're ringing the doorbell or knocking on the door, they're waiting and they're having a look around the outside of your house, and the only part they see is the area around the door. So keep it as clean as you have your kitchen floor. You know, if the leaves are blowing in, get rid of them and keep it nice, clean, tidy and fresh. And what's another lovely thing to do, if you have a herb that you like, I often would have had rosemary at the front door, simply because I like to have these scents, you know, warm, welcoming, pleasing, gorgeous scents as you come in the door, because your senses will appreciate this, and I will be feeling happy to be coming to visit you before you even open the door. And once you open the door, I'll be so happy, because I'll be smelling the coffee inside and dying to have a chat and the crack with you. So no questions coming at all today. So it'll be short and sweet today, because I'll be honest, I think I'm probably due to bathe that eye or do whatever I have to do with it again. And I'm hoping it doesn't last. I've been reading that it takes about a week to 2 weeks for this to resolve. But if anybody, seriously, if any of you have any experience of styes inside, it's my upper eyelid, inside the upper eyelid. I've never had a stye in my life before, and I've been wearing contact lenses since, like I said, since I was 15. So I'm hoping it, you know, it just resolves pretty quickly, because I'm very blind and I don't do so well with my glasses. I'm far better off with my lenses. So that's it. That's it. I want you to concentrate on your front door now over the next couple of weeks. Give it plenty of thought. Pick a gorgeous color, and when you're going to the paint shop, bring a picture take a photograph of the outside of your house and bring it along with you as well. And the guys in the shops will give you guidance, you know, color wise and finish wise and all of the rest. So that's it for me. So I have a busy day ahead of me now. I have something very exciting happening again. A couple of weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, we started our Reset 2024, my decluttering course, and the girls are doing brilliantly. And I have to say, I'm actually overwhelmed by how well they're doing. All of them have really embodied this, and it's been so easy for them. So I'm doing it again. We're starting again on Thursday, the 22nd of February. That's Thursday week. It's 5 weeks. It's a live decluttering course. So it'll be at 7 o'clock every Thursday evening for 5 weeks. And we start off with a living room, because the living room is actually the easiest room in your house to declutter. And it's a nice, gentle ease in. And I show you how to do it. And I make it so easy. And then in week 2, we do the kitchen and bathroom, because again, there's no sentimentality involved. It's just, you just need to learn the process. And once you have it forever. Week 3, a really interesting one is the bedroom. And some of the girls who were so terrified of approaching their walk-in closet and their wardrobe have done amazing things, and bag loads of stuff has gone out to the charity shops and been donated, and it's just fantastic. Then week 4 is our disaster area. That was last week, and again, you know, we all know what the disaster area in our house is. You know, it could be your playroom, it could be your utility room. For me, it was the area under the stairs in our house. but you know what it is, and we work through that so that it never becomes cluttered again. And then the last week, which I have to do, I was meant to do this on Monday with the girls, but because of my eye, I couldn't. It was Monday evening. So I look forward to doing this. It's a sentimental clutter, because it is definitely the most challenging part of decluttering your home, you know, when there's emotion and sentimentality involved, maybe things that belong to somebody who's passed away, things that are steeped in memories. So there's a whole process of doing that, but it's amazing. And once you declutter, once you learn how to declutter, you have this forever and ever and ever and ever. And speaking forever and forever, I actually have another similar declutter masterclass. It's an online course that lots of you have done, and I'm giving that away as a gift. It's worth €147. You're getting that as a gift with the live class. And I'm also giving you a bonus mindset module, because your mindset is the most important thing in keeping your home decluttered. And I can tell you that a clear, decluttered home does so much for the happiness in your home, the calmness, the contentment, the relationships, the health. You know, it's based in science. And once you learn how to let go, I can tell you, you'll never, ever, ever live in clutter again. And I was queen of clutter maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So I'm looking forward to that. So if anybody is interested in joining us, just push a little, or put a little reset in the comment box. I know some of you are on the waiting list already, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you and taking you on that journey. And you know, I'm so inspired by the results that the girls who are currently doing it have achieved. And life has thrown things at them, between sick kids and bereavements and broken bones. There have been challenges within that group, and still they've managed to accomplish so much. So that's it. And so thank you so much for your understanding for me not being live on Monday. And I'm actually amazed. I can see a little bit with classes. It's not too bad. So any questions, pop them here. If you're coming in the replay afterwards, just pop your question here as well. Tell me, just give me a hashtag replay and I know where you are. And I'll be back on Friday. And I have to just check something, because I couldn't remember. On Friday, we're doing something pretty important. Friday, I'm going to be talking about how to create a timeless interior, because if you have a timeless interior, and indeed a timeless exterior, what it means is that you can have longevity in your design. It doesn't mean it's boring, but it means it's design that works. It's design that you're not going to be chopping up and changing every couple of years. It's not throwaway design. You make your decisions, and any of you who have done my Sharing the Secrets course recently will know this. This is what I teach you. I teach you how to find your own style, and then once you know that, you have it forever. And then there's a process that I teach you that enables you to create this timeless design in your home. Excuse me. Yes, no more than at your front door. You can have lots of color and energy and fun in your house within your accessories and your artwork. But there is a secret in achieving a timeless design, and it actually doesn't matter whether your style is contemporary or transitional or traditional. It really doesn't matter. What I want you to have is longevity in your design. Your big ticket items, things like your flooring, your sofas, you know, your window treatments, your kitchen, your bathroom, things that are going to cost you a sizable investment. They're the things that must be timeless. Once you have that framework, you have a gorgeous house. And just a reminder too, if anybody was thinking of doing the Sharing the Secrets online course, I've reduced it ridiculously. It normally costs €297, and it's now only €49, and it's going to be that price only until the 29th of February, and then that's it. It will never, ever, ever be available at that price again. And lots of you have done it, and I know you found it really, really helpful. So maybe I'll actually put the link for both here. As long as I can see the screen, I will do that. Or even if you want to put me a message, secrets, and I can get the details to you if that makes it easier, or interior design or whatever. Just leave me a message here. But so there are 2 courses coming up that I would definitely recommend. One to get your house decluttered forever, and then we're going to do that live. You know, it's an evening, 7 o'clock, for about an hour. Sometimes we go a little bit over, sometimes a little bit under. But it's a course that will change so much in your life and will change your mindset as well. And then obviously the Sharing the Secrets, if you need practical help with your interior design, that's exactly what I do. I give you practical, actionable tips that you can use in your own home. You don't have to be an interior design expert, but you need to know these tips, and then you can use those to make the very best of your home. So listen, stay safe, stay fabulous, and do send me any tips that you've got on styes inside your eye, because I'd be dying to try anything that would make me feel better and get my contact lenses back in. So listen, I see you on Friday, and have a lovely rest of the day. And it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's and happy Galentine's to all of you. It's great to see so many of you popping in on Instagram as well. Lovely to see you. So see you again on Friday. I'm totally blind.